Welcome to Magic Gathering Strat. This is the evaluation video for the 5th Gatecrash draft. We are now in that sore spot. I went 1-2 in the draft. I drafted a Dimir deck, didn't work. In the last round I found out that two other people had drafted Dimir, so there were actually 3 Dimir drafters on the table. There was a sweet Dimir deck there, but none of us got it. And I went 1-2 in the tournament. I hate going 1-2. It really sucks. But it's no use trying to blame Flood, drawing badly, getting shafted in the draft. We have to learn something. We have to go through and evaluate every card and look at the deck and see what we did wrong. The first thing is, could I have seen that Dimir was overdraft? I know I mentioned it in the drafting video. And could I at some point have switched? When I got the Aurelia, it was too late to switch. But there might have been some other point when I could have switched. Because I really want a Boros deck. And why didn't I end up in Boros? There was no Boros deck. I didn't face one single Boros deck. I'm sure there was one, but I could well have been Boros. And I saw some sweet Boros card like the late mugging. When should I have switched? Please tell me. Okay, the cards. Death's Approach. I'm just drafting that card. I love it. But it really underperformed here. And I think I have been overvaluing it. Because I had the incidental mill cards. I really did, but it still didn't do much, and there was just huge guys that I couldn't handle. In the 5th draft, it really did not do much in Dimir, so I downgraded it. 3rd to 5th pick in Dimir to 4th to 6th, 2 lower in Orzhov. And Hands of Binding, I thought I could set up the Hands of Binding idea with 8 evasion creatures and 3 Hands of Binding, but just didn't work. This is how we win with the Dimir. I'm not sure. In draft 5 I had 3 of them and 8 evasion creatures. And I still did not get it to really work. Is it the 5th to 7th pick? 2.5. Much better in the Dimir than the Simic. Yeah, that's possibly true. Or of course that's true. I don't think it's 2 degrees lower in Simic. Maybe it's a 6th to 8th pick. Is this overvaluing or undervaluing? I absolutely don't think it's higher. And what about the Screecher? Basilica Screecher has been the subject of some controversy in my YouTube channel. I think it did okay here. We have it at the 5th to 7th pick in both guilds, and I think that's still fair. It's so much worse than Syndic of Tides, but it's still there, it's still doing stuff. The Duskmantle Guildmage. There is just never any situation where he can just sit around and mill. I have not yet experienced any round where I just had the time to use him. But I still think he's a necessary 2-drop, and he's probably 5th to 7th pick in Dimir. And he's naturally better than Gutter Skulk in Dimir. But Gutter Skulk serves very much the same purpose. And I have him at the 6th to 8th pick. And that's fair. One new card we tried today was Metropolis Sprite. And it was no Velkin turn. I just wished it was Velkin turn all the time. You should probably not even play him in Simic. I'm I'm saying he's a 5th to 7th pick in Demir, or maybe 4th to 6th. He's a 4th to 6th pick in Demir, and a 7th to 9th pick in Simic. That's a huge difference. I'm not sure the difference is that great. I absolutely hate Psychic Strike, especially for the time I could have countered Lasav and didn't do it. Are there rounds in this format? Are there turns where you really have 3 mana to spare? I want to develop my board and not sit around. I counted the first thing I saw, and I would say it's a 7th to 9th pick, which means that it's still playable, but definitely not good. Bane Ali Broker, he immediately copied it with Lasav. Is it the best looter ever printed? This is a tough format for looters, as it is so fast. Would I really pick him this highly? I think I will. I think being a looter is still super powerful. Death Cult Rogue. Not too impressed. Slow, and there are some rogues in the format, but still a necessary will to enable Cypher. Should not be played in other guilds. I say he's what is he? Is he a 4th to 6th pick in Demir? An 8th to 10th pick in Simic or Orzhov. They can actually cast him, but he's very bad. Mortar Strider. I didn't get the combo card, that black guy who can when a blue creature, there's one guy, the 2/3 creature that enables something when blue creatures come into play, and there's another black creature. Goes up if you have the 2/3 guys that trigger on it entering the battlefield. I think that might be an archetype, but I was definitely not impressed. In my control-ish Hands of Binding Demi deck, this was just a very expensive Drudge skeleton. So not impressed. Call of the Nightwing, I like it. I think it was... I liked it in GTC draft number 5. I think it seems pretty good. It's rather like an Ice in the Skies, except that you lose the instant stuff and you gain the ability to do it more than once. So I like it. Clinging Anemones once again failed to impress. But we are supposed to talk about Balustrade Spy, and this is a card I am drafting maybe too much. I've had it a lot of times now. And I just like him. And he's a 5th to 7th pick or higher, definitely. It enables just stuff. And he's the guy that makes the Aberration playable on turn 5. I don't know how to spell Aberration. Clinging Anemones. Once again, cruel creatures just run over it. Simic creatures too. A 4-drop is rather slow against Battalion. So where does it go? Orso will just extort around it. Who needs this? Is it an anti-Boros sideboard card? Maybe it is. Demir flies over it. Maybe it should be in the sideboard. Clinging Anemones. Keymaster Rogue, he worked well one time, but the drawback is huge. Phobia, and with enter ETB triggers. But the drawback is often enormous. Better in Simic, I would say. 5th to 7th pick in Simic, 6th to 8th pick in Demir. Is that justifiable? Maybe. He's very, very bad defensively. Totally Lost, still awesome. Look on my Gatecrash draft 3 for my where I played 3 Totally Lost. And now we have the insane bomb Consuming Aberration. Once you get that first card in their graveyard, you are off to the races. And this guy wins races, even when he's not attacking. So I say this is a clear bomb first pick. I'm gonna first pick him and hope that I don't encounter 2 other Demir drafters. So what else is there? Smog Elemental, never got to play him, and that's probably why he sucks. But we do have to evaluate Leyline Phantom first. He blocked, traded and died. If I would ever get to cast him twice, it would be awesome. Great in Demir to stall the ground. Great in Simic to evolve. Stops a lot of things on the ground. What's not to like? I think this guy is at least a 5th to 7th pick, if not higher. He is a 5-drop, and 5-drops need to be Consuming Aberration, really. I want my 5-drops to win the game, but that's probably what you can ask of your 6-drops. But this format is quick. I don't like the 5-drops and 6-drops in this format, and definitely Leyline Phantom is not the winner, but he was a lot better than Smoke Elemental. He is a bit after the curve. He should be a 4/4, and then he would be nice. This format is not for 6-drops that die to 2-drops. I think this is a pretty bad card, actually. Smog Elemental. Sideboard card vs Demir, perhaps, but how many 1 toughness flyers are there? Not many. I think I made a mistake playing this card. It might actually work out against Azorius in Dragon's Maze. But that's for the future. Okay. Let's look at the sideboard. What did I actually bring in? I brought in Beacon Apparition. That never worked. You couldn't cast it early, as you needed something. It's a Battalion enabler. That's exactly what I said here. So I'm stand by this. 7th to 9th pick in Boros, and 9th to 11th pick in Orzhov and Demir. And of course, it's probably a higher pick in Orzhov, as it will extort. So I'm thinking this, and I'm also thinking Demir actually has a problem to get things in the graveyard to start with, and then when things are in the graveyard, it's all nice, but you have to get them there, and Beacon Apparition actually counteracts that, which just seems pretty bad to me. I brought in a Clinging Anemones. I brought in the Gargoyle. So what did I think of the gargoyle? He is the 23rd card flyer or the sideboard card against the need. So I would say it's the 7th and 9th pick. And I'm fairly confident I am correct on the gargoyle. And this is exactly what you should be using him for. And that's it. That's my evaluation of my deck. I am not happy at all about the result. It was my first 1-2 draft. And as you heard in the last game, I thought about not publishing it, but I'm gonna publish it because I want you to tell me that I suck, and I want you to tell me what I did wrong and where I could have done better. Was the second or the third match winnable with this deck, or did I lose the game already in the draft? Where could I have done differently in the draft? Thank you for watching, and I want to stress that thanks a lot for watching this channel. It has helped me so much to be able to get feedback on my play, and just having to articulate everything I'm thinking makes me a better Magic player, and I hope it's helping you as well. And I hope you can live with my weird accent and my stupid speech melody that I am hating myself. I'm not hating myself, I'm hating the speech melody. Thank you for watching Magic Gathering Strat. And this is Sissela playing Gatecrash.